Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. We got more Pardon Gate 2024 going on. I already have hours and hours of footage, supercuts up in multiple 2 or 3 videos up on the channel right now that you can go check out. So go watch those. My chapters are really precise because my video, those very long form videos that are around an hour or more than an hour long, I put the chapters in there so you can enjoy what you wanna enjoy, and you can, stay away from stuff you wanna stay away from, or skip around or do whatever. Obviously, I have my friends and family that are gonna watch every minute of my videos, I hope. But, new people, jump around, check out my long form videos, look at the descriptions for any links and sources will be down there, all attached for you if you wanna check out any source material. I'm brand new at doing this, man. I'm gonna try a short one this time and not maybe run my mouth so much and see if I can tighten this up a little bit. I'm unscripted. I don't write things down. I don't plan videos. It's organic. I'm a yapping type dude, man. I just come in here and run my mouth, give my opinions. I'm an America First guy. I'm just here to just make some culture, make create content for our side and continue. I need support from anyone that is down with that. So Charlamagne the God, I don't know why anyone listens to that dude's opinions. He's dumb. He's dumb as shit. But anyway, I guarantee he failed a retard test. That's for sure. Anyway, enough R slurs after the last video. Everyone's gonna get mad and come complain and admonish me for it. Oh well, don't care. Anyway, Charlamagne goes on and talks to Whoopi Goldberg on The View and is like, "Huh? What? Say what again, Whoopi? What'd you say? You call out the Democrats when they're wrong, and they're not a monolith. Rad. Check it out. Yeah, so we'll check it out, but also remember, do the things. I'm not gonna say those annoying things that every content creator needs you to do. Press the buttons, do the things, go down in the comments, juice the algorithm for me, tickle it, do what you gotta do. I'm a show watcher. Alright, let's check it out.
Shut up immediately.
Anything to combat it.
Right.
I would have ran the same ad and just said, Donald Trump, what is it? Donald Trump supports, what is it? What was it?
He was the one that was supporting
his
tax.
policy.
Yes, Donald Trump
taxpayer-funded
supports
sex
taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners. I would have ran the same ad because it was
Yeah.
legislation under him as well. And you know what else I would have did if I was our campaign? Since Donald Trump used me, I would have used Joe Rogan. Joe
Yes.
Rogan said Donald Trump was a threat to democracy.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan said he thought Donald Trump was, I think, unhinged was the quote.
Right.
You got to mix it up. You got to get dirty with these people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you
Yeah.
got to muddy the waters a little bit, cause confusion.
Yeah. Let me ask you something that's going around right now. A lot of this conversation about President Biden getting criticized from both sides of the aisle for pardoning his son Hunter after repeatedly saying he would never do it. And a lot of people are saying that it's hypocritical, et cetera, as if
It
the
is.
other side doesn't do it. But what's your reaction to it?
I mean, I think all of the criticism is valid because, Democrats stand on this moral high ground all the time. And, they act so self-righteous. The reality is he didn't have to say anything in regards to, whether or not, his son wanted to be pardoned. He could have said, hey, man, I'm not focused on that right now. But since they were calling Trump a threat to democracy, and they were saying that, nobody's above the law, but they were speaking about him. That's what they were running on. So when he kept saying things like, nobody's above the law, I respect, the jury's decision in regards to my son, he didn't believe that. But he didn't have to volunteer that lie to begin with.
I'm going to stop you for a second.
Uh-oh.
I'll try to keep it quick. Number 1, even if you ran an ad, Charlemagne, that said Donald Trump supports sex changes are you gonna eat because that legislation was in place and it may have happened while he was president. I don't believe anything happened while he was president, but that law was in place. I could be wrong, doesn't matter. Even if you were to run that ad, are you going to convince us that Donald Trump is the one that is proposing that legislation? What are you talking about? Even if you ran it and said Donald Trump did it too, is that his policy? Is that what he's running on? Is giving sex changes to people? What are you talking about? That wouldn't do anything, Charlemagne. That would waste money. I don't understand. These people are so dumb. And Whoopi's gonna stop you because you need to stop saying it's a lie. She needs you to stop saying it's a lie because you don't know if it's a lie because Joe Biden didn't come out and say, "Hey guys, I lied and made stuff up. Sorry about that. I lied." So now you can call me a liar. That's the only way you can call Joe Biden or any Democrat a liar is if they come out and say, "Hey guys, I lied," and then you're allowed to call them a liar. Otherwise, they're gonna muddy the waters. And what's Charlemagne's second opinion? We need to muddy the waters. We need to just be deceitful and like lie and like pretend that everything we're doing is like what they're Charlemagne, that's what your goal are. That's what you're already doing. You already are muddying the water, making everything confusing, not making any sense, and just kind of just grabbing at straws to see whatever you can get, you can win on an argument. It's ridiculous. Whoopi, go ahead, tell us about how it's not a lie because you don't know because Joe Biden didn't admit it's a lie. Okay, let's go.
Only because you don't know that it was a lie. We
Hold
don't
on.
know
Whoopi.
why he.
Whoopi. Whoop. Whoopi. Whoopi cushion. Whoopi gold turds. Whatever you want to call her. Ma'am, stop. That man flat out said, I will not pardon my son. He didn't say that I'm leaning towards not. He didn't say it's a possibility that I won't. He said, I will not. They say, do you respect the jury's decision? I respect the jury's decision. I will not pardon my son. He said it. He meant it. Case closed. I mean, allegedly he meant it. Clearly he didn't because he totally pardoned his son. But then you can't say because now here's another thing. Now he's saying, oh, it was because it was a political attack. You didn't think it was a political attack when he was happening to him? When he was going to trial? When we were talking about this? You didn't think it was a political attack? He has to come before the people and explain why all of a sudden he changed his mind if he don't want people to think it's a lie. Whoopi just can't handle the truth of the matter. Y'all lied. Y'all said all this stuff. Now you look like a fool with an egg on your face. Roll the clip.
He changed
You
his.
really think he just changed his mind over Thanksgiving weekend all of
No,
a sudden?
I'm going to tell you what I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he changed his mind because he got sick of watching everybody else get over. And this is just my feeling, because at some point you get to the place where you just go, so I'm just going to follow the straight and narrow always, because that's
what's expected of Democrats.
So let's get this right. Did you just hear what Whoopi just said? So let's get this right, okay? First of all, the Democrats, they follow all the rules. You know, they never break any rules. They never muddy the water. They're just sweet little angels that don't do anything wrong. And Joe Biden just got tired of it, man. Joe Biden, a guy who has never held a job in the private sector in his entire life, basically, has always worked as a public servant, has never really worked hard before, has always had some corporate paper pushing bureaucratic job that does nothing for us. He has he was racist for most of his career. I heard him say the N word were hard R's multiple times during sessions. Um, whenever you were still allowed, white people were still allowed to do that in context. The dude is an absolute warmonger. He's a monster. He works for the military industrial complex. He works for all of the worst human beings alive. He has never done anything good for the people. He plagiarized how many of his speeches and how many of his things that he's done over the years. The plagiarism, stealing people's speeches, outright lying, saying he's at the top of his class when he's the last of his class, saying he graduated with this when he actually didn't. He flunked out or graduated with that. Um, this dude allegedly this dude was his first wife died, probably was an accident. I bet it was just a car accident. I'm sure it had nothing to do with Joe Biden sleeping with the babysitter, Jill. He took showers with his 16-year-old daughter that wrote in the diary how disgusting it was and how creepy and disgusting he is. We have video of him smelling children, touching children inappropriately for decades, okay? Touching women and making them very uncomfortable. This dude is a piece of shit. This dude is the biggest piece of shit. And then when it comes out, then their family has over 20 shell companies. They've laundered at least over $24 million that came through Chinese oligarchs and Russians and just everything, dude. And it all started whenever we installed Poroshenko in Ukraine in 2014. He immediately punched in on a favor for Poroshenko to fire a prosecutor that was looking into his son's business dealings at Burisma. And then the dude pretends he's not going to pardon him, pardons him. You all are making excuses for him while he's talking about a malicious selective prosecution of his son only because it's his son for these minor crimes. And he highlights how nobody goes to jail for these crimes. No one's even charged with it. It's only because it's my son. Blanket pardon for 11 years all the way back to when he worked at Burisma and I did a quid pro quo on TV. And told them they can't have $1 billion in aid unless they fire a prosecutor who's gonna get me in trouble for laundering money. This dude is a piece of shit, and he got so tired of watching everyone else in the world get over on him and get over on the world that this is Joe's. The only time he got over was right here when he saved his poor son. He wasn't trying to this dude wasn't trying to, like, sideways pardon himself to make sure investigations can't look into the emails and the dealings back to 2014. Dude, she just said, "Joe Biden, a lifelong politician, a do nothing politician, a do nothing, know nothing, lying, plagiarism riddled, just absolute shitbag. This dude has murdered so many people with his wars and all of his stuff. This dude is such a piece of shit." But he got tired of seeing everybody else get over. This was his one shot to get a I'm sorry, I don't curse a whole lot or say that word a whole lot. You gotta be fucking joking. Are you fucking kidding me, Whoopi? What the fuck did you just say? That was the dumbest fucking thing I ever heard. This was the dumbest take I've heard yet. Joe Biden got tired of seeing everybody else get over. A dude who has mansions in multiple states worth tens of millions of dollars and never had a real job and has been stealing our taxpayer money his entire life. He got tired of other people getting over. Oh, this is so fucking stupid. You're so dumb. I can't believe she just said that, and she wants everyone to stop calling it a lie because you don't know what's in his head. You don't know. Oh, go ahead, keep going.
Out of my way, boomer!
Real quick, guys. Disney is claiming this 2 minutes on this video, so it's going to be weird for 2 minutes. Sorry.
What the moral high ground is. The moral high ground is nobody's above the law. I respect what the jurors are saying. He didn't. You don't have to do it. Mad at him
Because he changed his. Wait, I'm not.
mad at him pardoning
But you
Hunter
sound
Biden.
like it.
No.
If I can get in on this, I actually think it went further, and this is one thing we really disagree on. Joe Biden made a point of saying we stand by our institutions
Yes,
and
I understand all that.
impartiality of
Yes.
the Department of Justice. Democrats ran on that. The same DOJ indicted Hunter Biden. How we shouldn't be saying it's corrupt like Donald Trump does. But then in his statement pardoning Hunter Biden, he says that it was a political pursuit by his own Department of Justice.
Tell you why it is that when Joe Biden does something, everybody clutches their pearls. He's wrong. He lies. People have criticized him more. I've criticized him more. We've all criticized him more. But you're missing my question. My question is, what is it that makes people flip out with Joe, but we don't have the same kind of thing? Well, I don't think people are flipping out with Joe. I think Democrats are flipping out with Joe because Democrats believe that they don't represent what he's currently representing. But that's just not true. That's why I say they stand on this moral high ground that simply does not exist. And I think this is also the problem when we pick sides, right? We've turned political parties into teams. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. Ain't nobody more delusional than me, right? Okay? I feel like we're going to the Super Bowl every year, but I'm not delusional. Well, no, that is delusional. But when it comes to political parties, if you pick a side, right, if you say you're a Democrat, if you say you're a Republican, you refuse to be objective about anything.
That's why I'm an independent.
Yes, and that's the difference.
Hold on. First of all, she's not an independent. Second of all, he didn't just get a pardon, right? He got a blanket pardon for everything for the last 11 years. So if he just got pardoned on the 2 crimes that he was convicted of more recently, and it is what it is, that wouldn't even be, that'd be silly. It would be distasteful, but that wouldn't be as bad as what he actually did.
I keep saying it in all the videos. Donald Trump, when he pardoned people, they talk about his father-in-law, they talk about Steve Bannon, they talk about Roger Stone. These are people that were active not only in the campaign to get Donald Trump elected, but to they're working for him. I believe some of them were even in the cabinet. It's just these are people that were supporting Donald Trump. And then they were prosecuted, just like Joe Biden says. A malicious prosecution based on selective prosecution based on who they were and who they were attached to, Donald Trump. So when he did gain power, he pardoned the people that helped him gain power. And then but he didn't give them a 20-year blanket pardon. He gave them a pardon for exactly what they were accused of and their exact crimes, and that's it. Brett, show me, I mean, maybe I don't know about them. Show me a Trump pardon that's a multi-year blanket pardon for crimes that we don't know about and are just to block investigations. Show me that and I'll, and we'll have a conversation about individual cases. Um, but I don't clutch my pearls at all for Donald Trump to pardon people that helped him get power. That's the reason they were gone after her. That's the whole point of this entire thing. Joe Biden, for once, is telling the truth. People went after him because his name's Hunter Biden. Yep, it's because you were going after Trump. You guys started this, and then to sit here and pretend that the Democrats hold the moral high ground and they always do everything right. When Destiny said that, the Democrats represent the norms. When you think of leftists and you think of the Democratic Party, do you think norms? Is that what you think? Uh-uh. Or would it be conservatives that hold conservative ideals and old school beliefs maybe to be maybe considered holding the norms up? Maybe I'm confused. Maybe I don't know what. Maybe because I didn't go to college and I just went to a trade school to learn a trade and have a specialized in a specialized field. Maybe maybe I needed to go take a gender studies course and I would understand what in the hell you're talking about because it doesn't make any sense. Um, and then when are the Democrats gonna stop pretending? She's gonna say that she's not a monolith, and they don't all think the same. They don't all hold the same opinions, but every single one of them are pretending that we're clutching pearls over Hunter Biden being pardoned by his father for 2 little tiny crimes, a gun crime and a tax crime, to which he basically did everything he needed to do to make right with the government with that stuff, and no, he shouldn't go to jail with it, and the gun thing, as long as no one got hurt because he threw it in a dumpster or whatever, then whatever, it is what it is, let's move on with our lives. I'm okay with all that. That makes sense. But you're pretending that he didn't give him an 11-year blanket immunity for crimes we don't know about to block all investigations in the future of him, which also lead investigations towards Joe Biden. And he picked a year, and what he just picked that 2014 out of a hat has nothing to do with an on TV bragging quid pro quo from Joe Biden to the Ukraine president that we just installed. I mean, all over prosecuting the company his son sits on the board of making $1 million a month. $1 million a month he made with no energy experience at all. And that's when all that stuff happened. All those shady emails with the big guy and all that stuff all originated and started in 2014 as far as we're aware of. And that's what we're clutching our pearls about, Whoopi. Why are you confused? Aren't you didn't you go to college?
He said he's not going to pardon his son. He gave him a blanket pardon for anything that could come up, that has come up for the last 11 years. Why 11 years? Because that's when he was implicated in Burisma, all of that financial crimes that he did, all the financial crimes that he did allegedly related to his tax evasion. All of those things happened in the last 11 years. We had whistleblowers come out, Bob Alinsky came out, the 10% to the big man, all of that stuff that a real FBI would investigate and prosecute. He made his son exempt from prosecution of anything that may arise. It's insane. Roll it.
But that's not a monolith. We're not, Democrats are not a monolith.
But why can't you say when Democrats are wrong? And why can't Republicans say when Republicans are wrong?
I'll tell you when Democrats
are
wrong.
So you don't think Joe Biden is wrong?
No, I don't. And can I just point this out to you? The president has a pardon power,
you're
right?
ridiculous.
I didn't say you were ridiculous, Ms. Goldberg.
Yeah,
I would never. I said that. I just think that.
Think about it. Just think about it this way.
Now they hunching on the TV.
Can you reframe it in this way and think about it maybe in this way? The president has the ultimate pardon power. Every president has done this, right?
Yeah.
And so people are saying is that Joe Biden is now a liar, as opposed to Joe Biden is someone who now knows that the person that is going to be in the White House is on a revenge tour and his son is on an enemies list. And so he is using his rightful power, his rightful political power, to pardon his son. Now, is that a lie, or is that perhaps being pragmatic, having a change of opinion, as opposed to the president-elect who has lied
almost 40,000 times during his first term.
Well, I can't say what it is
So
because I'm
who
not in
has the moral high ground? Like, what's the faux outrage?
neither one of them have the moral high ground. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to understand. But when you are a diehard Democrat or a diehard Republican, you refuse to be objective about the other party. Like it's like we're watching them do something wrong, but we're making excuses for it.
Well, we would like
we watch
to.
Republicans do things wrong and they make excuses for it. Why can't we just all be
It's not
objective and call it what it
balanced.
is?
It's not
Because it's not
Because it's not
balanced.
the same.
But wait,
But the girl over here talking about she an independent. All these women are Democrats and they're stupid, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I have the freedom to say that. I think they stupider than 8 left shoes on a 10-legged man. But they are being disingenuous. They are using their platform to try to defend him. It's indefensible.
Her race really doesn't matter, but it does in the context of what we're talking about. I had a black woman tell me the other day, just because she's talking about a monolith and how Democrats aren't a monolith. Uh, This woman said, a black woman told me that she's embarrassed and sad for Trump supporters because they are one big monolith, coming from a black woman that is obviously a Democrat. He a demographic that votes, I believe 92 or 94% the same way, regardless of who the candidate is. That is the definition of a monolith, honey. That's what you are. The Trump supporters support Trump now, but we float back and forth. I'll vote blue sometimes. I'm actually an unaffiliated party voter. I'm actually an independent. Unlike the people that are claiming to be like that on The View. I actually vote both ways, except for these last couple of elections where the Democrats have lost their minds and they haven't given me any good candidates for a good number of years now. So I haven't voted for a Democrat. I used to vote for Bob Casey in Pennsylvania. Like it's just, you know, dude, you guys lost the plot. And then this monolith talk, I keep hearing it. It keeps coming up lately where you're trying to like put Trump supporters in a box that they're this monolith and they all think the same things. Meanwhile, you're all chanting the same excuses over and over again for Joe Biden. It just doesn't make any sense. Why are you pretending that he changed his mind? That's not what he was saying. It if it was possible he was gonna change his mind if he lost an election, then he should have said that or never made the commitment to allow the jury to do what they're doing, make their conviction, make their sentencing, and not interfere. He promised he wouldn't interfere regardless what happened, and then he lied. He obviously lied and always planned. He should have always said, if I do lose the election, I would reconsider this. That would have been reasonable. If he pardoned him for only the 2 crimes that he's been convicted of, I would that would be reasonable. I don't think that would be unreasonable. If he didn't say the DOJ is corrupt and they went after my son with selective prosecution, then we wouldn't be able to say the same about Trump. It's just you have so many miscalculations, so many missteps, and then you're gonna sit here and all clap and chatter and like sills about how it's not fair and not balanced, and you guys are constantly telling the truth and calling everything out and being objective, but the right doesn't, so then that's why you have to, and that's why Joe Biden broke the rules and did something distasteful because he's tired of everyone else being distasteful. Do you hear yourself? Alright, I'm buttoning this up because I run my mouth too much. I already made it clear. I got a bunch of videos already up, hours and hours, super cuts of this pardon, other content. Go check it out, man. It's all even the super long ones, they're chaptered really, really precisely, like every minute or two, so you can jump around and just watch what you wanna watch. Enjoy what you can enjoy. I'm gonna keep making stuff. Give me some suggestions. I don't know. I'm just figuring stuff out, man. I'm gonna keep making 'em. I'm gonna try to do some short ones, this weekend to see if I can get them up and go from there. But if you have any suggestions, any topics you want to talk about, anything you wanna join me one day and talk to me, let's talk about it. Whatever. I don't care. I'm just shooting the shit. I'm just talking, doing whatever. But this shit is a joke. These people are a joke, and I can't believe Charlamagne the God like made sense. That was kind of weird. Was that weird? I don't know. Would he fail retard test or the retarded test? He might. He might. I think he would. Ah, Whoopi definitely does. All right. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I need you guys to do the things, press the buttons, and juice that algo and do the things for me. I appreciate you.